Happy Saturday, Wilmington, Ohio, 45177. This is directly to Wilmington News Journal. Have you guys ever heard the term or the phrase, you can't polish a turd? Well, does anyone notice that every time someone tries to shine or spin this narrative concerning this uh, what Brett did, what his dad did, when they try to, how foolish and stupid, even more stupid they look? I mean, the lies just get so much deeper and deeper and deeper, and that people, when they start looking at it closer and closer and closer, they actually see it. They actually see it more clear. So, Wilmington News Journal, or I'm assuming they're quoting the not so honorable Judge Tim Ruddick. So, as you guys recall, the city of Wilmington arrested me, stripped me of my First Amendment right for reading a public record that was filed with our county and in our county courts. They arrested me for that. Said I was said I disrupted a public meeting. Interesting. So they'll go through that length to falsely arrest me. Okay, keep that in mind. So what does Wilmington News Journal go and state? What are their claims? Well, they claim that Wilmington Police Department did not pursue the investigation because I refused to give them information. I bet you every cop out there now is cringing, because under an official investigation, if you refuse to give information that's requested by the police department, you get charged with obstructing justice. That's a first-degree misdemeanor, my friend. That's a jailable offense. You don't think this city, that administration at the time, would have shackled my ass gladly? You see, Wilmington News Journal, how stupid. Now you're making our police department look stupid. So the fact of the matter is, nothing was requested of me. And another fact of the matter is, there's only two things really needed to begin an investigation. That's the location, if you have the name, and the location of the abuse. That's it. So now you're making our police department look incredibly stupid when they're really not. Sadly, they're just probably live in fear, covering the sorry asses of these stupid, dirty fucking lawyers. I'm sorry, forgive me. Of these stupid lawyers. That's sad. I mean, the men and women that actually get out there and actually fight the crimes. Fear acting. Oh, what do I do? What do I do? I was told that nothing about Brett Ruddick was to go on any police record. That's according to Detective Baker, and it seems like he's right, because a report was given to Wilmington Police Department, Officer Matt Hamilton. A report wasn't made. And do I think he was covering up for this derelict? Absolutely. Yeah. Well, he thought you was going to do it, Tony. You said you were going to call CPS, so he didn't do it. That's an answer from the former chief of police. Hell, you said you was going to do it, Tony. Last time I checked, again, I'm not on the city's payroll, and I'm certainly not a mandated reporter. So Wilmington News Journal, you really should research thoroughly your claims. You really should actually speak to the people from which you're damning, because I'm pretty sure that you're not allowed to say someone is implicating something or implying something unless you've actually spoke to those people and received a comment from them. I bet you didn't speak to Judge Henry. I bet you didn't speak to Daryl Petrie. And I know for a fact you didn't speak to me. So what's your narrative here, News Journal? Are you now also aiding in the cover-up of child abuse? Because that's the only way you can color this, my friends. That's the only way it's going to look. This is so bizarre. You cannot polish this turd. You can't. You know what would have been better served is if that derelict just, you know what, man, I was being stupid. Yeah, I did it. I was being stupid. But no, it stretched on with lies and lies and lies and more lies, saying it was Photoshop, saying the audio was fake, saying he was throwing hammers at a tree, saying I was sitting hanging out in trees. And the only thing the judge wants was the photographer. Why? So he could go after them and crucify them somehow. That's the again, I didn't even have to give them my name. So Wilmington News Journal. So you're now making our city police look inept. Are you telling me that they passed on an opportunity to arrest me for obstructing justice? No, sir. No, ma'am. Because had I been withholding evidence, that's exactly what they would have done. Every piece of information that they asked for, they got. Outside the name of the person taking the pictures. And that doesn't matter. What does that matter? Why would that matter? Why do they need a name so bad? So they can go after him. Somehow, some way, so they can retaliate. Well, hey, dipshit. Hey, I'm the one that reported it. Me. It was turned into our group. Daryl passed it on to me. And, I don't know why everyone that's seen this information, the first thing they didn't do was report this to the police department, because that's what I did. There's no way in hell that I'm going to obtain information like this and not report it to the police department. I don't give a crap who it was. I don't care. That's absolutely insane. And then the guy does photo ops, golfing with a hammer, trying to turn it into a joke. You can't turn that sickness into a joke. I mean, possibly amongst your little tiny crowd, possibly, until one of their kids gets hit in the head with a hammer at school. Then I bet you they don't like you so well, or coddle to your psychosis, or whatever the hell you would want to call that. My opinion, the one I'm certainly allowed to have. So there again. And another one of my little analytical friends seemed very on spot. Oh my gosh. So she tells me, Tony, he says he's saying that he didn't post any pictures supporting his son, that they were all tags. Well, she pointed out to me, guess what? And I just realized that. She's brilliant. I loved it. She's like, Tony, at the top, it says Judge Tim Ruddick shared. And if you're tagged, you'll see where it says yada yada was tagged. So there's a difference between sharing and being tagged, and it's noticeable on the pictures. And guess what you did, Wilmington News Journal? You posted a photograph absolutely positively confirming that he did share a picture endorsing his son candidate. Fascinating. I mean, so your narrative, your agenda is sadly being seen a year later. So it even looks even more pathetic. It really does. It's sad. So again, those of you who have read the Wilmington News Journal article concerning Mr. Ruddick, and where they're claiming that I refuse to give the Wilmington Police Department information. Well, I've got a plan here, and it's going to work. And this day of aiding and abetting and covering up serious, bizarre and acts that would be criminal with anyone. No one is above the law, and I'm going to prove that for you, because there's no getting out of this. Mark my words. And I have a feeling that there's people in this administration, they know it and they see it coming. People are going to have to say, my career? Well, this person that no longer has one. Gee, I don't know. So we'll soon see. So what I better get in my police report or my records request. Recently, I requested my original police report, which was the phone call, transcribed. I already have it. I want my second police report that Judge or former Chief Ron Fithen requested of me that I have on recording and that I already have. I want our conversation that Mr. Fithen and myself had where he admits to me that Mr. Hamilton did not file a report and that the CPS investigation only lasted, I believe it was amount of 3 days. So no room for any psychological evaluation there. No time for even a real investigation. It was like, oh, it's okay. It's just Brett. It's okay. It's okay. Well, you're risking a lot of careers because, hey, mandated reports, that's some pretty serious stuff. Because if you don't report something that's reported, you guess that's your behind. That's your behind. That's your job. So you know what? Hey, we make choices in life. The right one and the wrong one. The wrong one comes with a set of consequences, as does the right one. So anyway, again, the last one was the conversation that we had, which I know they record. I did too. So good things are going to come of this. I think the exposure is going to be fascinating, which it's not something that everyone doesn't already know. But I tell you, a city administration covering and aiding child abuse, buddy, if that doesn't make national news, I don't know what will. But I'm going to prove it happened. Bet your butt on it. Simplify and God bless.